Hello, good morning. It's 8:13. I This is going to be a quick one because I'm going to be taking my roommate out to do the airport stuff. But I'm at 270.0 according to the new scale. I didn't weigh myself with the old scale because I'm just trying to hurry up and get finished so I can just do the test tomorrow. But I kind of suspect maybe the gym scale's actually wrong, even though it feels like it shouldn't be. So maybe I fucked up the gym scale at some way or something. But regardless, yeah. So if I'm at 270.0, that's fine. I'm just at that threshold to get into the 260s. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, basically, there's that. How do I feel today? I feel fine. Sleep was a little hard, but I think I got enough sleep. I could have probably slept for a little longer. I actually set an alarm today to make sure that I can be up for my roommate. But I think I was naturally going to be waking up soon-ish, so I think that's fine. It's a surprise that there's snow, so I'm going to be driving through snow, but that shouldn't be too big an issue. I've driven through snow plenty of times, and my car's pretty good at driving through the snow, but anyway, yeah, it's Friday, so I got today and 3 more days before I'm flying, so it's starting to come closer. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll give you more of an update during lunch today. Alright, bye. Hey guys, it is 1:55, just about 2 o'clock. They've got my half-eaten food. So, I ended up taking my friend to or my roommate to the, I guess we're friend and roommate, to the airport. I didn't go do any walk or anything. It's just I went to the store. My shoes literally were like in this deep water from all of the snow melting. And it was fucking awful. And my feet were cold and soaked. So I ended up going home. And I'm not sure if I'm actually going to work out today or not. I definitely will do walking, though. I think my roommate and I are going to go walk around the mall and then go shopping at a different store. So at least my walking will be done. Today is the legs, arms, and back. My back has been bothering me. It's like kind of fine now, but definitely like my sleeping is just... If I sleep on my side, my back hurts. If I don't sleep on my side, well, then I can't sleep very well. It's like the sleep thing, I'm really struggling. And it's starting to definitely like negatively impact my other stuff that I do. So, which, just saying, this goes to show how important individually each thing is and how it all interconnects. So like if I don't have enough sleep, then I feel more like tired, and there's like, it's not depression, but it's very much like negative thoughts start like seeping in because I'm not at 100% on the reset. And then that bleeds into other things like I was questioning like, am I even going to eat my food today? I'm like, no, like obviously I'm going to eat my food. I can't like slip on everything if whatever. So yeah, so I did the recordings that I've been doing. I also recorded a video about my roommates. It's kind of like a goodbye video. I don't know how I'm going to post that. If it's just going to be for the roommates like I did for the coach, or if I'm actually going to post it on my channel. Yeah, I'm not too sure. So maybe at some point, because I'm beginning to realize that these videos are actually really incredibly helpful as like both closure and also as like they showcase the way I try to interact with people that either I care about or that are like I think this should be the gold standard for like how you treat people. So I don't know. Like, at least how I should be treating people, because yeah, I think the videos are, they seem harsh from one perspective, where it's like, okay, well, why are you pointing out someone's like flaw that they need to work out? And it's like, this is like my gift. So like I can see the deep things that they're like struggling with. So pointing it out and having it in video form so that they can go back later when they actually like are ready to kind of face whatever it is helpful. And then also talking about their strengths, talking about the things that I really appreciate about. So it's not just like, I'm not just tearing someone down. It's more of like, hey, here's what I kind of noticed when we were in our like friendship, whatever kind of thing. And so this is what I think would be helpful for you to work on. And then here's what I'm really grateful for, and here are the like really positive notes of you that I can tell like can really bring you far, the strengths that you have. So yeah, again, it feels really personal to the other people that I'm doing it for. That's where I'm like hesitant to put it on the channel, because I don't mind putting my own stuff out there. But when I start putting other people out there, that's when I start to kind of like, is that really my place? If someone's like super anonymous and I kind of gloss over it a little bit, that's one thing. But if I really go into the specifics and there's a way for people to kind of, I'm sure, like, if someone tried to dig, like, deep enough, I'm sure that someone could figure out who my roommates were. And so at that point, it's kind of like, I don't think that's fair. So that's why I'm thinking this is probably just going to be something I keep to myself. But, yeah, we'll see. It might change. A lot of times it's kind of like there's the option of like getting consent before I like post something, right? Even though it's my thoughts, it is kind of something I'm pointing out about them. So, and some people may feel like, well, it doesn't matter. You can just post it. But I think I have an extra level of diligence I need to do with this kind of stuff. Where maybe normally when you aren't able to see deep into someone, that's fine. But, you know, I'm effectively exposing, like, insecure parts of themselves. So, or parts that, at the very least, they're trying to work on. So I don't think it's fair. And I think I've made a decision. I'm just not going to post it, and it'll just be on my drive to give to them personally. But yeah, it's just it's the right thing to do. And if later down the line they're like, yeah, go ahead and post it, that's a whole other ballpark, right? But for now, I think I have my answer. Anyway, so I'm going to eat my food. It's so funny. There was there's someone that I really like when it comes to the like readings that they do. And they did a quick video, just seemingly out of nowhere, where they're like, hey, so this is like a really like strong message that just showed up out of nowhere for me that I needed to say, and I know it will find whoever it's supposed to. And it was like, whoever's watching, you need to like, you're gonna go to something really, really important. And so you need to get your body like in shape, and you need to get a really nice set of clothes to wear to whatever this thing is. And it's happening in the summer. And it totally coincides with that June, July, like feeling of almost like, yeah, it's just like there's something. The end result is something there, and I really need to be like consistently working on, you know, losing more weight. Not that like, okay, just to be clear, I'm not saying that I shouldn't, or that I should let go of like, you know, losing weight, or that I'm not good enough at this current weight. But what I think is coming through is the idea, because I've been kind of wrestling on how much I'm going to be doing the food over the week break. And this to me tells me, oh, I really should pack my second meal, and I should really make sure that I'm eating my second meal. And my first meal is like I don't know how much of my first meal I can bring with me. Not really much, because it's frozen veggies. So, but I imagine I can probably get similar frozen veggies over there. So, yeah. Not basically keeping up with myself and not like allowing myself to fall back when it comes to like exercise and food and all of that stuff. Because, you know, if you think about it, June to July, which is where I'm feeling, it's like in that area, that's 3 months or 2.5 months away. So, yeah, all of April, all of May, and then somewhere in June. So that's 2.5 months plus excess. And at the rate I'm currently going, if I'm to believe the weight that I got weighed in today at 270, then that means on average I'm losing like 2.5 pounds per week, which is 10 pounds a month, which is an extra 20 pounds, or 25 pounds, theoretically, if we keep this progression. So that means 270, 260, 250, 245. It's not quite where I want to be, which means maybe I ramp up the like working out a little bit more to do more activity more consistently. Like, I was thinking about like playing racquetball once a week, playing swimming once a week, playing basketball once a week, and then swimming once a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when I do my workouts. And then on the days that I'm not doing that, doing like really long, like walks outside. I'm not really sure, like when it's fucking raining or snowing or whatever the weather is like really bad. Maybe trying to do some more basketball. I fucking hate the treadmill, like I said. So even like there's a mall that's a bit further away that has a really nice like loop that I could do walking wise. So maybe going out a little bit further to do that, because at least I'm like looking around and seeing stuff, and I'm near people, and it's it's very different. So yeah, like basically anything other than the treadmill. Like I'd rather walk for 2 miles for 2 hours in the mall than an hour on the treadmill, if it means the same amount of like calories burned, which I don't think so. I think it's probably about equal, as long as I'm not consistently stopping for things. But anyway, or just finding another activity that I can do that doesn't necessarily, like maybe it doesn't require people, but it's something that I can do that I enjoy, which I don't know what that would be. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, I got off topic. Basically, this thing that's coming up, and I truly do believe I'm going to go to some sort of event. Like, I don't know what kind of event it is. I don't know where the event is taking place. I don't know how I'm going to get invited. But this event is something where it's like, you need to dress up in some way. And that's why I need to be ready for that event. And that means that it was also funny. The person said that when you have the outfit in your closet, that's when you know you're ready for the event. And I'm like, that's so true, because I will not buy some sort of outfit until I am at the weight that I know I'm going to be at. And then I'll make sure that whatever outfit I get is going to be tailored to me at that time. Because it wouldn't make sense, like, for an example, if I got an outfit for when I'm 270 and I'm 245. Like, the outfit's going to feel totally different, right? So, yeah, plus, like, the working out, which I realize, like, I'm going to have to really start pushing myself in the gym. Not that I haven't been, but there have been times when it's like, I could probably do one more rep, and I just decide not to. But, fuck, yeah. Getting that, like, man, it really is, like, it feels like that was so important for me to hear, because I'm not trying to rush, but what I am doing is I am thinking about the day-to-day actions that I can increase to have whatever weight I'm supposed to be at, that's the weight I'll be at. And if that means, you know, doing more activity than even I'm doing now, that's okay. I'll be at the weight I'm supposed to be at. So I'm not too worried about that. But, yeah. So, I don't know how that's possible, but my mind keeps going to 230. That seems really hard to pull off. But, I mean, again, whatever weight I'm supposed to be at, that's the weight I'm supposed to be at. So, we'll see if, you know, it's possible that it happens in July, which means I might have an extra, like, month. So I could very well be at that weight. But yeah. And then mathing out, like, in my head, like, I don't know if it's sustainable, but theoretically, if I'm losing, like, 3 or 4 pounds, like, that also makes a difference per week. Like, you know, just 3 pounds would make an extra 2 pounds shaved off per month. So, anyway, I need to stop thinking about it. But the point is, I've been getting, like, it's so funny. All of the messages last week that I was hearing were like, you're just about there, you're close, you know, just keep going, keep doing your thing, don't stop. And then this week is, you're ready, get prepared, be ready, you're ready. And I'm like, holy shit, like, and it is, like, not just one person. This is where it's like, when I'm trying to listen to, like, if I'm getting, like, messages, it's gonna be repeated by different people from, like, they don't know each other. All of these, like, readers, as far as I know, they're in totally, like, they do not know each other. Totally different parts of the world. Like, probably, maybe they've heard of each other, but, like, I have seen no indication that they, like, know each other. And so if each one of them has a very similar message, even if it's on different days, where it just pops up on my feed, where I get, like, here's this, and here's this, and they all three match almost identically, where they're pulling the same cards, they're talking about the same things, they're mentioning the same, like, things that I, like, internally resonate with, and it's like, yeah, like, clearly there's something more than just, like, coincidence going on there. And so those are the types of messages where I'm like, yes, I need to pay attention to this. Not that I don't pay attention to the other stuff, But, you know, it's like, it's so funny. Sometimes they even do the same decks. Because, you know, everyone has their own, like, versions of their decks that they like pulling from. And they all effectively are, like, the same card, but with, like, different symbolism, because the pictures are different, and, like, you know, the meaning that they maybe evoke for the individual reader may be different, right? But it's just like sometimes there's like, yep, this person said this thing, and then this other person had the same card from the same deck pulled because they randomly decided to pick that deck today. And it's like, there's so many things. So that's why I think, like, when you start paying attention and listening, things that are beyond coincidence start happening. And yeah, it's like, I don't know really what to tell you. So anyway, so I believe very strongly in this message that I just got from that person, because several weeks ago these messages were popping up that I'm going to meet the person that I'm supposed to be with at this event. This, like, really, like, highbrow, like, you know, like, you need to wear, like, really, really nice outfits to whatever this thing is. And it was, like, it was a constant kind of thing of, like, June or July, around that time, during the summer. So, and then hearing this so strongly about, like, specifically, like, it was only a couple minute message too, but it was down to the point. It's like, you need to get your body in shape. You need to be ready with, like, appropriate outfit. You may wear it, you may not, but you need to be ready with an outfit. And then having the outfit in my closet is like the actual symbol letting the universe know I'm ready. So it's like, fuck, okay, I understand. So, and I don't know what's going to happen between now and then, but I kind of imagine that I'm going to get my next step, and all the steps that I'm getting now are leading up to the invitation to whatever that thing is. So between now and then, I'll eventually get invited to this thing, whatever this thing is. And that's kind of, there's also kind of the mention throughout all of these different readings that mention this, where it's like, this is a pivotal moment for me, where it's like, basically it's impossible for me to miss this thing. Like, I will be there one way or another, because it's like such a crucial part of my journey. So it's like, I don't have to worry about, oh, how am I going to get the invitation? Where am I going to go to get it? Blah, 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 whatever. I don't have to worry about it because it's already figured out. So yeah. It's interesting. And I guess the reason I'm bringing this up now, because I hadn't brought it up in the past, because I was worried that, like, me saying it would, like, people would negatively kind of influence this thing, but it was like that little short message that I had just gotten. It's like, you're gonna be there regardless. Like, it's guaranteed you're going there. And that to me signaled that I could talk about it. Because if I'm guaranteed to do it, then it doesn't matter if I talk about it or not. Which also means that me talking about it now, when I have no clue what it is. Like, I haven't even left on my trip yet for the first, step. So I have absolutely no idea what this thing is. So yeah, it's like, maybe this is part of the journey where me talking about it now, when it does happen in June or July, and again, it's summer, and I'm pretty sure, just based on the fact that my living situation is effectively ending in June, I feel like it's all culminating together to where basically in July, I'll theoretically be living in a new situation. I will be living in a new situation. I don't know what it will look like, but it will be. And, I'll go to this thing. And I think the interesting part of this is you guys who are watching this will get to see firsthand me go from not knowing what the fuck is going on and just working on myself to things just getting drawn to me because I am embodying myself. And I think that is the message that is trying to come across here. When you do the internal work, the external shows the internal work, and you step in to the life that resonates with your internal. And that, obviously I'm talking about it from a positive standpoint, but that also happens in a negative standpoint too, where if you feel negatively about something, then you're going to manifest that negative thing to show up over and over again, which is why it's so important to heal the internal. Anyway, so I guess just, keep watching. I can blow smoke up everyone's ass all I want, but the actions that I take will show whether I'm bullshitting or not. I can't fucking fake whatever the fuck I'm about to go and do, right? So again, it's part of the trust fall. I've mentioned the trust fall in the past. I'm just trusting that everything that needs to happen will happen. And that includes the level of activity I'm supposed to have. Right? I can consciously kind of work on stuff, and I do think I should be pushing myself more, but if I do too much, I'll know. And if I don't do enough, I'll also know. So it's just about gauging it. But consciously thinking, I probably should do more, is helpful. It reinforces the thing I already know. So, oh man. At this stage, seeing this as the latest day, it's probably going to just look insane. Because it's like, I'm talking about listening to tarot readings and like, you know, for someone who's not spiritually aligned at all, it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, he's effectively betting it all on something that he has no clue he's even gonna do. You know, like, again, like, I don't have a house or something set up. So it's like, yeah, I don't got shit. I don't know. I'm just letting the universe do it, you know? So, I have the vision in my head of how I kind of want to see things in the end, but the journey, I'm leaving that up to whatever's going to happen. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in a second for dinner. Bye. Hello, it is 8:54. Got my chickpeas with a little something different. I'll explain it in a second. But got my banana cereal. I did in a slightly different order, but so I didn't put any oil on the chickpeas. And honestly, I think that's the play going forward. They taste about the same. They have a nice crunch. I'm still going to do the mix like I do, right? Eat some of that and then eat some of the cereal and then, you know, throw bananas in there occasionally. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see there being really an issue. And that just minus 100 calories. Great. That's probably going to add up a lot over time. So, anyway, right. So I went with my roommate out for a walk. The walk was, specifically we went to the mall and we walked for about like an hour and 45 minutes, give or take. Like, you know, there was a couple stops, so I'm just saying an hour and a half for simplicity's sake. But, you know, I was sweating by the end. And then we ended up getting food. Well, specifically, we went to a place that we always would go to. And at this place, it's like, I'm trying really hard not to just like say what the place is, because that's like, it's going to be an intermittent doxing. So I'm not even going to say like what category of food it was, but I'll just say that it was food that I felt okay sitting there and just drinking water. And yeah, he got his food. We talked for a while. We had some great conversation. Talking about like handcrafted versus fucking AI slop and like whatever else is happening. And how it was a long conversation, but yeah, it was a good one. And I don't know. I think, yeah, it was really good. I also figured out something while I was in the shower, taking a shower and getting ready to go. I think I'm actually, when I get back from the trip, I'm going to open up a service of some kind. It's very like, it's YOLO status right now, where it's like, I don't know what the fuck it's even gonna look like. But my thought was, this ability to kind of get really deep into like the core of like someone's like problem that they're struggling with, and really kind of finding the root issue pretty fast. I think this is a skill that I need to be like honing. And so I'm actually going to do a service of some kind, where for the first, I don't know, month or so, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, it's just going to be a free service where once or twice a day I will hop on a call with someone. We can like record a video for them and kind of work on whatever it is. I don't really have like a set amount of time or anything. I'm just kind of letting it like go, and just whatever it is it'll be. Obviously I don't want to spend my whole day like working with someone, but at first kind of just seeing what the natural kind of flow looks like, and then kind of writing up more details as I go. But I figure it's a way for me to hone my skill, and for people who are struggling with whatever it is to be able to maybe get some help in some way. And or at least like pointed in the right direction, where it's like, okay, well, like, what do you actually need to work on? Okay, why is it that this is a problem for you? Okay, digging down, whatever. Similar to how what I did with my one friend. So yeah. And I'm going to write up a little kind of like mini questionnaire that maybe can be filled out before/after, where it's like, what's the one thing you want to work on? Boom, put it in there. Maybe I fill out something in the questionnaire of like, what is it that we actually worked on? And then how much help was this? And if you were given this as a service, what would you pay for this? Just to get a feel for like what people think of it. Not saying that I'm necessarily going to take any like input on, what I should or shouldn't charge for something, but I think it's just a good gauge just to see like how valuable people view this service. And I don't know. Maybe it'll just be like I'm just doing it where maybe I do up until June, where it's all just completely free as I just hone my skill, and that like totally works. That could totally be a thing. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I was also thinking about how there can be kind of two options when it comes to like, okay, we'll record the session and the person gets a copy of it, obviously. For people who don't necessarily want to like have an actual video like out on the channel, obviously no problem. For anyone who's interested in that, to just be like, hey, do you want this video to be like a potential, like, I guess you could say an advertisement, but it's more of like, I just want the process to be shown so that like people can see what's going on, even if it doesn't actually turn into some sort of business or whatever. Like, I'm not thinking about it in terms of this should be a business for me. I'm thinking about it more in terms of I want to hone my skill and in the process help people. That's why when I'm going to do it, like, I'm not going to be charging people. Obviously that might change in the future, but for now it's like, I think it's like mutually beneficial. So I like the idea is where I'm at effectively. And then obviously if I get a lot of people who are interested, I'll make some sort of like queue to kind of just like document who's interested and set up times to like schedule it. And oh my god, I might actually have to like do a schedule of some kind. But yeah, for now, it's an idea, but I think it has merit. That's why I'm bringing it up. Don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but I'm putting it out there as like, yep, this sounds like a really good idea. And my intuition's telling me I think this will be helpful in honing my skill. And whatever I actually do with this skill, maybe it's not going to look like this at all. So this is kind of a side project that will help me kind of work on it. But yeah, just there's something about me just honing this specific skill in some way, and I think this is a good way to do it. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll post when I get back. I'll post a video officially announcing it, and then maybe I'll have like people who are interested send me an email or comment on the video or whatever. And if you happen to be watching this and that sounds cool, you can email me with the email I have on the YouTube channel and just say, hey, I actually really think this is a great idea and I want to be one of your people that you do this with. Then that can gauge like some interest while I'm away on the trip. So, because there's going to be, I guess at the earliest I could start this would be the 25th. And currently it's the 13th. So that's almost 2 weeks. So yeah, like between now and then, maybe I'll make the video before I leave and then let people know when I'm starting. So there's like a whole week for people to kind of think about it. I also thought about like maybe posting the video as an advertisement in like a subreddit or something, just so that people can see it and be like, oh yeah, like this sounds interesting and it's free, so why the fuck not, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just like I'm effectively talking to whoever it is and we're both trying to work together to like figure out what the major problem is that you're struggling with, and then maybe some solutions on how you can tackle it. Obviously, if you don't follow through, that's on you, right? But at least getting the suggestions and like looking at it from a different perspective of like, okay, well, how would I do this? Okay, well, yada yada yada. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. We'll see how it pans out. Could be a total disaster. It could also be amazing. So I don't know. I'm letting it just be whatever it will be. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to eat my food. I've talked a lot today, even though I haven't talked too much in front of the camera. Well, I mean, I guess I did that hour video, and then I was talking with my my roommate for, I don't know, like 4 hours or 3 hours. So yeah, I just feel a little tapped out. But anyway, thanks for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll just see what happens. Bye.